7, wake up money time. Mistakes on your tax return can slow down a potential refund, even cause you to get an unnecessary tax bill from the Internal Revenue Service. You don't want either of those things. Early sampling of tax returns received by the IRS already shows higher than usual rate of mistakes, and the deadline to file still more than a month away, so we're going to start a Filing Tip Friday. Help you avoid mistakes and get the most money back this year. Certified Public Accountant Bob Martin this morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Tom.
And we were just talking, Mrs. Ziska is the accountant in my family, but I always end up doing the taxes, so I'm the one that needs this information. What's the biggest mistake people make?
Well, over 15% of the returns that the IRS has received so far have had a problem with what's called the recovery rebate credit.
And we were just chatting about this. This sounds very confusing.
It is very confusing.
So simplify it.
Okay, what happened last year, people received or were eligible for stimulus credits. It was $600 per individual, $1,200 for married couples, and $300 for each dependent child. But it phased out at $75,000 for individuals, $150,000 for married couples.
Right.
Well, what happened is it was based on 2007 income. And if your 2007 income was low enough, you got the credit. They just mailed you a check. Well, it turns out that it was really a 2008 credit. So when you go back and do your tax return now and say your income is lower, you may be able to recover a credit that you didn't qualify for.
But this creates a fair amount of knowledge and math, and make sure that you know where you fit in all of this, right?
Yes, and the only way I can simplify it is if you didn't get the full credit. If you were an individual, you didn't get your $600 last year, married couple didn't get your $1,200, plus you didn't get your $300 per dependent child, then it's possible you qualify for it. And a lot more people are qualifying for it than they thought, because people lost their jobs during 2008, so they have the lower income.
But if you got the full amount last year, then just move on, right?
Just put a 0 on the form where they ask for it and just move on.
Beyond that, just simple, common math mistakes.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I recommend if you have a way to prepare your return on a computer, definitely do it.
That's what I do. I use a tax preparation software, and for most forms, most of that's going to be just fine, right?
Right. And another common error is not having the correct Social Security number or the correct full name of the child. It's just amazing. And, of course, sending it to the wrong address, if it's an IRS address, it'll eventually get there. But they have specific addresses if you have a refund versus whether you owe taxes. So get it to the right address.
So just sending it to the IRS in Austin is not necessarily the best thing.
Exactly.
Okay. Bob Martin, thanks very much. Appreciate the tax tip on this Friday. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Appreciate it. You know, so often we hear from experts like Bob when it comes to fixing a financial mess. We want to hear from you, however. We want real stories of success. How did you fix your financial problems? Send us an email at mornings@fox26, mornings singular, at fox26.com. Let us know your situation and how you came out on top, and we can make your story featured on Wake Up Money in March.